Good morning friends, it's Maria with you today, and I'm going to do my monthly look back at the layouts I created in October. Sorry the light is not very good today, it's really raining outside, it's really overcast. Hopefully the light will be good enough for the layout, so here we go. These are not in particular order, these are the ones I created last month. So okay, school photos. We start with a good one. I had the worst accident in history when creating this layout. So basically this was different. I had a different kind of paper here. Basically the cardstock went all the way here, and then the cardstock was folded with some of this paper showing in the fold, underneath the fold. But I went to shake my Heidi Shine, my black Heidi Shine. I went to give it a shake, and I didn't realize that I had already unscrewed the top, so the Heidi Shine went everywhere. Massive accident. But yeah, I had to recover somehow. A lot of people said you should have left it because it was a huge black stain like that covering the journaling. It wasn't, I mean, for me it wasn't good enough to leave, but a lot of people were saying actually it just looked, because it's a photo about sorry, it's a layout about school and school photos. A stain is not really, it really goes with it, but I wasn't really happy with it. So yeah, I created this layout at the Artful Angels retreat. So all the ladies who were with me, not a retreat, sorry, crop, all the ladies who were there with me helped me clean up, which was much appreciated. So these are photos from the local newspaper, and for my boy and my girls class. So yeah, very happy with how that came up, but not so happy with my accident. Okay, first one done. Another layout I created at the Artful Angel Scrap. After I had my Heidi Shine accident, I was really, I don't know what happened, but suddenly I started crying. I was really like down, and my mood completely was killed. But all the ladies there were ever so helpful, and they encouraged me to stay and try another layout. So I just went for something very simple. I just borrowed some punches. That's the good thing about crops, is that there's always stuff to borrow, and so I borrowed punches, like big circles and these scalloped ones, and I just did a very simple layout using very pretty papers, and I'm very happy with this, how this turned out, and I was happy to have stayed for one more layout after my accident. So yeah, very happy with how this one turned out. Okay, the next one is the layout I created for my monthly spot at UK Scrap Addicts. Last month, October, was all about alphas and thickers, how to use them in unusual ways, or how to make layouts where the thickers pop. And I came up with this idea of creating a heart shape and putting my tattoo around the heart shape, and I'm really happy with this, how this turned out. There is a process video on the UK Scrap Addicts channel on YouTube if you want to go and have a look. Okay, the next one, very similar color scheme, and now that I'm putting them both together next to each other. This layout I created for my design team spot at Scrapping for Fun challenges, and it was a tic-tac-toe challenge, and I went for bling and sequins and twine, and I did some stitching with twine there, and I used some bling and some sequins, and I just went for a very simple layout. Unfortunately, I don't have as much time to scrap these days, so when I sat down to make this layout, I knew it had to be quite simple and straightforward, and I just cut squares from scraps of papers that I had used in another layout. So very happy how it turned out though. So yeah. Okay, my next layout is also for a design team spot. This one was for the November the 1st sketch at Stack Sketches. If you haven't gone to Stack if you haven't gone to Stack Sketches this month yet, this is my layout for that design team, and the sketch is really nice, and I've taken a very clean and simple design for this. I used the papers are from Felicity Jane, the alphas are from Pink Paisley, and the frames are Simple Stories. But yeah, I've kept it very simple, and I love it. This is going to go to my traveling album. I didn't know I had a traveling album until the other day, when I realized that I've been scrapping lots of photos from my travels. So at some point I will take those layouts out of the Book of Me album, and I'll put them on a separate album for just travel. And yeah, super happy how this one turned out. Okay, another Stack Sketches layout. This one was for the October 15th sketch, and also really happy with how this turned out, especially coming up with this sheer ribbon. What do you call that ribbon? There is a name, I forget, sorry. But yeah, very happy. I loved doing like a black and white layout, and then just some pops of color here and there. I really liked that. I'm very happy how that turned out. My next layout was also for a guest design spot on Stick It Down, because I won in what was it July or August? I won the monthly competition, and when you win, what they give you is a design spot for a bit later on in the year. And this was the layout I had to create based on a lovely sketch by Laura Rumble. And as you can see, there's supposed to be like a white line around the layout, but it's so not showing so well at all. Hang on, let me see if I can yeah, it doesn't show very well, but it is there. I just need to get me a better white gel pen. But yeah, very happy with how that turned out. I don't know if you can see the stars. They have some vellum underneath, and there's some tiny little vellum stars there as well. Very cute, very cute. So thanks for this sketch, Laura, and thank you for the opportunity to guest design. Let's Stick It Down. Okay, now the next few layouts I made at the retreat, the Scrap Cafe retreat. That was, when was it? At the end of September, beginning of October, I think, yes. So I made 9 layouts, so the next 9 layouts are from that weekend, sorry. And I am actually quite happy with how this turned out, so yay. Very simple ones. This one just using scraps again, and these stickers, which are so cute. And my friend Claire brought her sewing machine, and she did some actual stitching for me there. So happy with how that turned out. Okay, this one also from the retreat. This one I made at the retreat for a challenge that was about oh, what was it? Something about your childhood or childhood memories or something like that. At the same time, I entered this layout for the Scrap Me Happy. No, oh, sorry, Scrap. It's too early in the morning. Scrap Me Happy. No, I'll put it in the subtitles in a minute. But yeah, there was last month's email. No, oh my goodness, I can't think straight, sorry. Last month's challenge was about a favorite toy or something about your childhood, something like that. So I googled a picture of one of my favorite toys from my childhood, which was the Playmobil, these little soldiers. Having 2 older brothers growing up, it meant that I inherited lots of their toys, and this one was my favorite. Made me very happy. And I used for this page, I used scraps that at the Scrap Cafe. There's there's like a swap box where people put things that they don't want anymore, and you put things that you don't want anymore, and you can then take whatever you want. And these papers with that was already even stuck there, so I just made use of it. I just stuck all those pieces of scrap, like I didn't even do anything like that, anything to them, sorry. I just put my photo and some embellishments. Okay, another one from the retreat. This one was also for a challenge. The challenge was to make a layout that had the words or the title, "You Make Me Smile." So I used the "You Make Me Smile" there in my journaling. But yeah, really happy again how this turned out, with this funny photo of my daughter. Another one from the retreat. This one, I think I followed a sketch for this one that I got off Pinterest. I can't remember right now, and I did some actual hand stitching. I really love the look of hand stitching. It's so different to machine stitching, but yeah, very happy with this. One of my favorite layouts from the retreat was about, this one was another challenge about regrets, and I went the other way and I scrapped about no regrets, and this is one of my favorite layouts about how I have no regrets about having chosen the job that I have at the moment. I started a new job in the middle of September, and I am absolutely loving it. Loving it. I really love my job and the people I work with, so happy. This is the photo I took on my first day. I was at the office, so yeah. Another one from the retreat. I think this one was the first one I made, based on a sketch, and this same sketch was also made by some of the other ladies on my table, and it was so funny how we all used the same sketch and the layouts looked nothing like each other. It was fantastic. This one I also entered in one of the challenges, which was to create a layout using the they give you like a kit. That's it. Sorry, my brain is not engaging very well this morning. I can't remember the words. Yeah, they give you a kit with papers and embellishments and stuff like that, and the challenge was to make a layout using the kit. I only used the papers. The embellishments were from my stash, but I really like how this turned out. I especially love this little cluster here with the title. Very cute. And I've got two left. This one was the last one I made. I actually left it unfinished. I had to finish the words and a few splatters later on when I got home, because I completely lost my spodonkel by the end of Sunday. But really happy with how that turned out. I scrap lifted this from Pinterest, how that was there at an angle, and that cluster there. And the last one, which is probably my favorite from the retreat, is this one. On Saturday night, Claire, Sewin and I had pizza for dinner, so because I wasn't staying over at the hotel, I came home, I posted that photo on Facebook, and then I printed 3 copies of the photo, and on Sunday morning I took it to the retreat, and so Claire and I all made a different layout using the same photo, and oh my god, I had so much fun creating this layout. I did some texture paste. Let me see if I can zoom in there a bit. I used texture paste and then some sprays. I did some stamping with those little smiley faces. I borrowed, well, I didn't borrow, someone gave it to me, this card with the pizza and oh, hang on, let me zoom in. There we go. With the pizza and the chips and the donut, and so happy with how this turned out. And this was this is the last layout I'm gonna show you because I don't think I've got any more. I've got one more layout, but I can't show you yet because it's gonna be for next month. Next month video for November is gonna be very, very short because so far I only have one layout. Hopefully I'll create a few more, and if not, I'm afraid I may have to skip November's video and do like a November and December one together. But that's it, guys. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you have enjoyed this layout, and see you again very soon. Cheers. Bye. Bye-bye.